Hey there, and welcome to the One Brain Four Wheels channel. It's the Gare Bear here like always, and today we're coming from the front of my '03 Suburban, and I'm holding a tow hook. Why am I holding a tow hook? And why does it look so good? Well, because that's today's project. We're doing a little DIY truck mod, an aesthetic modification, and we're going to take these rusty old looking tow hooks and make them look brand new and make them a little custom. I'm going with a nice metallic blue to kind of match my C7 Corvette that I have in the garage. And yeah, I think this is going to be a cool little aesthetic modification. And obviously it's not really functional. I mean, I guess it's going to keep it from rusting, so that's kind of a functional modification, right? But you know, really, I don't have any reasons except for it just looks cool. I wanted to kind of make the front of the Suburban look a little less worn out, and a little bit more up to date, and a little more customized for me. Because, you know, why not, right? But yeah, so that's going to be today's little modification, so I'll go ahead and tell you guys all the supplies you'll need to do something like this, and just show you really brief steps on how to remove these guys. And we might even take off the skid plate. I'll see how I feel, and maybe go ahead and paint it the same color too, because you can kind of see it, you know, if you're going off-roading or something, and you're kind of going up the hill. And even on the road, I mean, you know, people can kind of see it as you're driving around, so I think, you know, just for fun I might go ahead and paint that as well, but we'll go ahead and see how time goes. But yeah, so go ahead and join me on this little DIY project, and I think this will be a good time. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the parts list for this little DIY project. First things first, you're going to need a little socket wrench. Smaller the better to kind of get up underneath the bumper, and you're also going to need a 19mm socket. And you'll also want a 19mm crescent wrench to hold the net on the other end when you're taking out the tow hooks. And this little breaker bar here is really nice. We just use a piece of metal piping, but just a small breaker bar to help extend this out a little bit, but not too long where it's going to get into the way of the steering parts, and all the stuff underneath there is going to kind of get in the way. Then you're going to want to go ahead and get all of your painting and prep supplies for when you actually want to paint your tow hooks, or any other metal work on your car. This will all be the same. But you're going to go ahead and need a wire brush to kind of brush off any loose paint and rust and stuff. And then you'll want some sandpaper to go ahead and just sand it down to give it a nice finish, and kind of finish the prep work before you get painting. And then we'll go ahead and get some acetone over here, and that'll really just clean off any oils and anything left, residue left on the metal. And it'll be the final prep before you start getting all your paint and stuff done. And then you go ahead and use, I got some self-etching primer. And then I picked out a paint color that I wanted. I went with this metallic blue paint because it's going to look really similar to my Corvette. I thought that'd be pretty cool. And then the last optional bit is you can use some crystal clear enamel, and that's just to give it a little bit extra protection because that's not a super durable paint. I mean, it's a good paint, but they have a little bit more like strong automotive paint that you could use, but they didn't have the color I wanted. So I figure I'll just go ahead and put on a couple extra coats of this crystal clear enamel, and that'll give it the extra protection, allowing me to use a cooler color that comes in just more of a typical spray paint. And I think that's all the supplies you guys are going to need. But first, I need to jumpstart the Suburban because unfortunately I left my Christmas lights on a little bit too long during the Christmas season, and the battery is dead. Let's go ahead and take care of that first, and then we'll begin our little DIY journey. Okay, so now that we've filmed the intro and I started the car and it's actually in my garage, let's go ahead. I'm coming from the bottom of the car, so I'm going to spin it up. We're on the driver's side, and wow, you cannot see anything, can you? Let me go ahead and get a flashlight. Alright, so iPhone to the rescue. So we're on the driver's side here, just up underneath the car, and this is the driver's side tow hook. And so all that holds this in is there's pretty much a really long bolt going across this whole thing. So you can go ahead and take your 19mm socket wrench and go ahead and take this off, and then there's a net up on this side, and you can just go ahead and hold that with the crescent wrench while you use your socket wrench to take this off. And then once that whole bolt comes out, I actually leave it in, I just loosen it up and then leave it in there, because then this one is the same size bolt, and it's going right up into, and there's threads in the tow hook, so it's actually holding it on there. So I loosen this one up first, then go ahead and just take this one out completely, and I leave this one in here so that way when you take this one out, this doesn't fall into your crotch. So definitely leave that in, and then take this one out, and then you can go ahead and remove that long bolt, and then this thing will just, ow, and then that was my phone falling, and then this whole tow hook will just go ahead and pull straight out. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just do that right now. Alright, so that's that big bolt I was talking about that was going across the tow hook up in the metal part up there. And then this was the little tiny bolt that was going straight up and actually gets threaded up into the tow hook itself. So now we can just kind of pull this straight out, and it's kind of, so there we go, it's kind of jammed up in there, and this plastic shroud kind of gets in the way. It'd probably be easier if you didn't have the shroud here, but I'm just going to pull this out gently. And boom, just like that, it's out. Yay! This is a pretty good comparison of the old versus the new, and definitely I think that is a major improvement. So yeah, I mean, you can tell, I mean, that looks way cooler, right? Definitely more custom, and it's this, you know, it's getting rid of the, you know, that car is a 2003, so that's like, what, 14 years old or something? Can I do math? Yeah, whatever. Anyhow, it's old. So yeah, we're kind of bringing it back up to date. Okay, so moving right along, I just went ahead and used this wire brush to go ahead and brush off any loose paint and some of the little rust chunks off this tow hook. And now I'm just going to go ahead and give it a good sanding with some sandpaper. And I'm using a really coarse sandpaper. It'll become finer as we move along. It doesn't really matter because the primer is going to, you know, hide any imperfections made by this coarse sandpaper, so it'll be fine. Alright, and with the magic of the camera, this step of the project is complete. So now I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little rub down with acetone, and we'll start doing our coats of primer. Alright, so I'm not going to go ahead and show you guys the whole process of painting it because you guys have seen me paint before. If you want to see how I do a lot of spray painting stuff, you can look at the video I did on the Suburban when I was redoing the speaker grates that were metal kind of rusting out on the inside of the car, and I went through all the details on how I spray paint. But pretty much, yeah, so I'm just going to do a few coats of the self-etching primer, nice and light, let them dry, and then do the next coat. And then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and do a few coats of the colored spray paint. And that one needs to take a little bit longer to dry, so that'll be throughout today. And then once that's really dry, the very last coat, I'll go ahead and do 1 or 2 little coats of the clear protectant on top. And that one definitely you want to do super light coats, because if you do it too heavy, the acetone inside that will start to kind of break down the colored paint. It'll start dripping and it'll make drip marks. So you do not want to do that. So very lightly spray that last top clear coat, and definitely make sure that your solid color is really dry before you apply that. Otherwise it will kind of mess up your finish a little bit. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and join together once everything is painted and ready to go back on. Alright, so I have my little ghetto rig paint drying setup area here by my deep sink. And so we're just going to go ahead and I already did all my coats of the base coat done. So we're going to go ahead and let this final coat dry really good. And I think it's really cold here today. It's about, I think we're in the mid-40s right now this morning. So we're just going to go ahead and wait until tomorrow morning, let this dry all day long. And we'll go ahead and give it its clear coat, and then we'll go ahead and install it back on the car. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. And just like that, with the magic of the camera, it's day 2, and the paint is all dry, and I just installed them back in, just following the opposite steps of how I took them out. You just put that big long bolt through them, tighten that up a little bit, and then go ahead and put the bolt that goes straight up through the tow hook that holds it in, and it's kind of put all the bolts in loosely, and then once everything's in, go ahead and tighten it up. Okay, so I can't show you guys since I've already installed it, and I'm not going to do it again, but I did figure out putting in the second tow hook that you actually can get it back in very easily without scraping up your nice new paint finish, without having to take down this front air dam. This is actually really pliable, really flexible, and you know, you're not going to break off the clips or anything. It's not that hard to take this off. I think there's just a lot of those little clip push pin things up in there. I didn't want to deal with that. But you can actually bend this and pull this out, that allows you to shove the tow hook back up in there, and yeah, without scraping up any of your finish. Because I know you're not going to be able to scrape up any of this too bad, but you don't want to scrape up the metal that's up in there either that you've painted, because if you ever get this in the water or something, you know, you don't want it to start eating away and rusting back in there and you don't even notice it. So that was just a little thing that I figured out. And yeah, it'll make this process a little quicker. All right, and there you have it. After all of this work, removing these tow hooks and doing all the painting and stuff, you now have 2 beautifully refreshed tow hooks, rust-free and ready for any little off-road adventure, or just for people to admire the front end of your car. They look really great. Definitely, it gives a really nice customization of the front of the truck. And it kind of makes it my own, and I like it. It ties into my Corvette, but you could do it any other color, you know, whatever means something to you. But yeah, I definitely like this modification. Besides just looking cool, you know, it kind of gives you an easy entry point into doing some modifications into your truck, because it's A, very simple, and B, I guess I'm doing 1 and 2. We already covered simple, and also it's very affordable. Definitely this would be great for a teenager or someone who is just a little cash strapped. This is a great modification for you because it doesn't cost a lot of money. I think I spent like 20 bucks for all the supplies. And it's also just very simple. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video very helpful, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you would smash that like button. And if you want to see more videos of me doing things with my Suburban, or the Corvette behind me, or the Jeep that's missing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel One Brain Four Wheels, where you'll get more content with more me, which that's always a good thing, right? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. So yeah, there were a shit ton of cops over there at that industrial park. So I decided to cut the donut session a little short. But yeah, I think the back of this car was a little too heavy with gas. It's kind of hard breaking it up a little bit. So it's not a real donut, but I got close, right? I think that's pretty good for a Suburban. I'll have to practice on that a little bit.